Ben's theme, but today we're going to use the practices that we've been learning in Back Bends, and I've added them into some of them into a flow. So we're going to move, but just remembering the principles of when we're twisting or bending, we want to always make sure that the spine is as long as possible, and then your core is protecting your spine, particularly your lower back. Sorry, a bit snotty today. And when you are coming into even so lunge, it's a back bend, but making sure that you're engaging your core and your legs are strong. So they're going to help to lift you up, lengthen, and using your breath. So let's starting today with, we're going to do, well, I won't be doing it today, but alternate nostril breathing. So anuloma, viloma. So we're going to start the breath with, we'll do our little grounding first, but when we come to our pranayama, our breath work, you use your right hand and you bring the first two fingers against the base of the thumb, the pad of the base of the thumb, and the other ones can just be curled, but you're pressing these two in, or you can try and straighten them. But the right hand is a mudra, so it's we use the right hand for a purpose in yoga. So rather than just using other or any which way, it's actually a gesture. A mudra means a gesture. So when we're ready to do our alternate nostril breathing, you'll lift your right hand up to your face, and then you'll start by closing. The thumb will close the right nostril, and then you'll start with an inhale through the left nostril, and then you'll use the ring finger to close the left nostril, release the thumb, exhale out through the left nostril, then inhale back, right. Inhale back through the right nostril, close, open the left and exhale. So that's one round. So it's in through the left, out through the right, back through the right, out through the left. And the fingers, and you're not pinching, you're not pressing in, it's just gently closing. So it focuses, and if you are blocked up, then you don't need to even lift your hand. You can just imagine that you're breathing from left to right, because this is stimulating the brain. So firstly, grounding, so sitting nice and tall, closing your eyes, inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. And feeling that sense of the awareness starting to shrink, so you're slowly bringing your attention inwards, releasing those sounds on the outside. Feeling that connection to the breath, your body sitting on your mat. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, you're going to bring your right hand up to your face, and then we're going to close the right nostril with the thumb as you inhale through the left nostril. Close the left, open the right, exhale. Inhale through the right, close, open the left, exhale, and then continuing, so trying to keep the in and the out breath roughly the same. And if it feels uncomfortable to have your hand up, you can just release your hand down. If you feel it helps you rest your shoulders. And then complete one more round. So you finish on an exhale through the left nostril. And then lowering your head, blinking your eyes open and looking forward. We're coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly. So soles of the feet together. So it may be easier to sit up on a block. If your hamstrings are tight, hold onto your ankles. Sit tall, and you want to squeeze the soles of the feet towards each other. So you feel as if you're pressing your knees outwards. Draw your navel in, your pelvic floor. And then we're going to hinge forward a little. You can rest your elbows on your thighs to help widen through or lengthen through the groin. And then start to curl inwards as you move your hands around your toes, slide your thumbs between the soles of your feet, and then you're going to turn them open like the pages of a book. So really deepening that inner stretch. Keep that energy of the soles of the feet pressing towards each other. And just let the chin draw under. And then inhaling, coming up. Keep your feet in butterfly. You're going to reach your fingertips down beside you. And then we're going to lift the right arm up, bend the left elbow, and you're going to reach to the side. So just stretching up through the side ribs. And then the other way. Moving with your breath. And then coming back to center. We're going to come off the block, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So this is twisting pose. So bending your legs, you're going to bring the left heel to the outside of the left buttock. So trying to get both cheeks down, draw that heel in and bring the leg across. So we're trying not to twist away from the leg. So trying to settle your hips down, face forward. Hold on to the shins, sit nice and tall, pressing through your sitting bones. And then you're going to hug the left arm around that right knee, and then navel draws in, exhale, turn yourself towards that thigh and release the right hand behind you. So shoulders away from ears, sit tall, turn your gaze behind. That stretch through the glutes, the hips. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, unravel, other side. Sit tall, navel in, and then exhale, revolve. And then inhaling, coming back to center. Twisted Paschimottanasana. So this is seated forward fold. But we're going to, instead of folding, we're going to do a twist. So flex at the feet, press the backs of the thighs down. So we're in staff pose to start with, so Dandasana. So you feel the legs are strong, pressing through your sitting bones, lifting up through the chest, shoulders soft. And then inhale, bring your arms up. And then you're going to twist and release the arms down. So the back of the left hand is going to be on the outside of the right hand, sorry, on the left shin. And then you're going to reach behind you. You can touch those fingers down, or you can just reach, squeeze the shoulders, but you want to lift through the core, twist to look behind you, legs pressing down. And then inhale, come forward, bring the arms up. Keep those legs strong, and then exhale. Again, twist to the other side. So you're helping that left hand against right thigh is helping to leverage you round. Get nice and long through the spine. Inhale, bring the arms up, and then forward fold. So lift up, lead with your chest and chin as you exhale, If you can reach your feet, you're going to hook your toes or bring the hands around the soles of the feet. But if not, just rest your hands down. So we don't want to feel that you're just pulling through the shoulders. We want to use the core. And on an inhale, you'll lift up chin and chest slightly. Exhale, fold a little deeper. So here, feeling into the back body, not overstretching. So knowing your limit, you're nice and fresh from the office or wherever. So don't want to overdo it, but just waking up the front body, give length in the back body, and then inhale, draw the energy up, reach up, and exhale. Cross your legs. You're going to come into puppy pose. So walk your knees back and tuck your toes under. Knees stay over hips, turn your tailbone up and walk your hands forward. So Anahartasana, this is our heart melting pose. Draw your forehead down to the mat, but keep the elbows lifted. So we're stretching through those shoulders. And if your head doesn't reach, you can bring your towel roll to rest your forehead on, or your block. Feeling the side ribs, the shoulders, drawing those armpits down. And then you're going to walk your hands back and sit back. You can point your toes and sit back on your heels if that's comfortable. So if you've got your towel roll, I've forgotten mine. But so we can, you can roll up your, so we're going to stretch the triceps. So from kind of like puppy pose, you can have your towel roll, or you can borrow a block if you haven't got a towel roll, but we're going to have a toes tucked under, hips over knees, and then you're going to bring your elbows. If you've got a towel roll, you just want them over the front of the towel roll, or on a block, they can just be on the top. But bring your hands to your shoulders, or you can bring them into prayer pose. But you're going to take your hips back, draw your navel in, and then draw your armpits down. So relax your head. You want to feel into the underarms. So if you've only got one block, if you've got the towel roll, you can use that. Sonia, do you want to go a bit wider? Yeah, there you go. We're just feeling into the underside of the upper arm, the triceps, drawing those armpits down. Okay, and then coming into tabletop, move your prop out of the way, and then we're going to come up into down dog. And we're going to do our down dog ripple. So really articulating every vertebrae in the spine. So come up on your toes on an inhale, lift the hips high, and then curl, draw the navel in as you roll forward into high plank. Head comes up last, and then press through the shoulders, press through the palms, spread the shoulders, lift the hips, roll all the way back down, and the tailbone turns up at the end. So you're feeling, keep moving with the breath. Just feeling into those, all those joints, every single vertebrae. Also allowing yourself to feel that strength through your shoulders, your hips. So warming up, spread the shoulder blades. And then settle back into down dog. And then inhaling, your right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Lower the left heel, feel into the stretch of the calf. And then you're going to roll forward into high plank, curl right knee to nose. Draw that knee up, come up on the back toes, and then exhale, three-legged dog. You can do this from tabletop if this is too tough. Inhale, roll forward into high plank, right knee, left elbow. Draw that knee up to the armpit. And then exhale, down dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank, right knee, right elbow. Exhale, down dog. And then we're going to change to the other side. So inhale, left leg lifts. You can swap sides. No. Okay, that's fine. And then roll forward, high plank, curl left knee to nose, rounding through the upper back. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, left knee, right elbow, crossing under, other way through, yeah. Exhale, down dog. Then inhaling, high plank, left knee, left elbow. And exhale, three-legged dog, and then down dog, and come down into child's pose. Just pump the wrists a little, so you want to make fists, and then flick your fingers, roll the wrists a little, just get that blood circulating back through. And then coming into down dog again. And you're going to walk your feet forward a little, so make your down dog that little bit shorter. And then you're going to reach the right arm to the outside of the left calf. And draw, so really feel the energy of like you're trying to pull the leg towards you and the leg is pushing away. Rolling that right shoulder under, lifting or lengthening through the left side. And then exhale, down dog. Other side, you're going to reach left arm to the outside of the right leg, roll. Or get length in those ribs. Press the floor away and then exhale, down dog, and then walk your hands back towards your feet. Slowly come to stand. And coming forward for Sun Salute A, Surya Namaskar A. So we're going to do the version we've been doing when we get to the ground. We're going to do Sphinx, Locust and Cobra. So we're not going to do Up Dog on this version, but we're going to do Sun Salute B and we'll do Up Dog this time. So this time you're going to feel into that Cobra instead of coming into Up Dog. Standing in mountain. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, palms to touch. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, extend. Exhale, Chaturanga, but pause in high plank, tip forward and lower yourself to the mat. Slide your forearms forward, come into Sphinx and take an extra breath here. So feel that internal rotation of the thighs, lengthen the core. So forearms down, we're in Sphinx. Push the hands forward, so elbows under shoulders. And then exhale, set up for locust. So hook your thumbs behind you, bring the inside edge of the feet together. So you're rolling your thighs under you. Inhale, lift, pull, try and pull those thumbs apart. Lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades, press the inside edge of the feet. And then exhale, set up for Cobra, hands beside ribs. So you're just going to lift your tummy button off, low Cobra, tops of the feet pressed down. And feel that energy as if you're dragging the hands towards your hips. Reach your chest forward. And then exhale, tuck your toes, come into down dog. Taking 3 breaths here. And then inhale, step, hop, jump forward to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, palms to touch. And exhale to Tadasana, mountain. So one more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, extend through the spine, tailbone up. Exhale, Chaturanga, pause in high plank, and then tip forward, lowering to the mat. Slide your forearms forward into Sphinx. And then exhaling, set up for locust. So this time the other thumb is going to be hooked. Inside edge of the feet together. Inhale, lift into locust. Taking that extra breath, and then exhale, set up for cobra, low cobra, hug the elbows in, push down through the palms, and then drag the energy of the hands towards your hips so you can feel those triceps light up. Exhale, lowering down, tuck your toes, coming up into down dog. We're going to take 3 breaths. And then inhale, step, hop, jump forward to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands up, palms to touch, reach. And then exhale to Mountain Tadasana. Okay, Surya Namaskar B. So we're going to add in, last week we did, when we were in Warrior One, well, actually we're going to have, Siri's talking to me. Make sure it's... So when we come into chair pose, we're actually going to do, so we'll come, where do I start? Oh yeah, start in chair pose. We'll bring the arms up and then put palms together. So hips go back, sit down, and then we're going to twist to one side and then twist to the other. And then we're going to forward fold. When we come into Warrior One, we're going to do Humber Warrior as well. So we did this, I think it was last week, so we're in Warrior, internal rotation of this back thigh, drive through the back heel, arms come up, reach up, and then Humble Warrior. But we're not going to go all the way down. You're going to reach forward, the gaze goes down, but you want to squeeze your shoulder blades and clasp your hands. So what we're trying to add here is as we've done in back bends, it's the opening through the front body. So we're reaching backwards, squeezing the shoulder blades, trying to lift the arm. So we're not just going to go all the way down because you lose your core. So if it was there, it might be lost. So those are adding those in. So we're going to start, we're going to do 2 rounds of Sun Salute B. So starting with chair pose, Utkatasana, and then we'll add the twist. Inhale. And then legs stay the same. Draw your palms together. And then exhale, twist to the left. And you can hook that right elbow over, take a breath, come back to center, and then the other side. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center, forward fold. Then halfway lift, extend. Feel the core here, draw the navel in, get long through the spine. And then exhale for Chaturanga. So pause in high plank, tip forward, lower to the mat. And, oh, I forgot to say, you can do up dog now. So we're already down. But if you want to do cobra, otherwise you can do up dog. And then exhale to down dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts. Step the right foot between your hands and come into Warrior One. So that's the back heel, down, the toes pointing slightly forward, arms come up. And then exhale, a gentle, humble warrior. So chest is parallel to the floor, and then squeeze the fists together, push them up to the ceiling. You want to almost roll those shoulders back. And then exhale, palms down, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, step forward for warrior one. And then on the next exhale, humble warrior, clasp the hands, but this time you're going to bring the hands into the awkward clasp. So the other hand finger is on top. Punch up to the ceiling, squeeze those shoulder blades. And then exhale, chaturanga, last one. So up dog or cobra. And exhale to down dog. Take 3 breaths. And then inhale to step, hop, jump forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale to chair pose and pause. Palms together. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center, release the arms and stand. Exhale, standing mountain. So we can do one more round. Standing in mountain. Inhale to chair pose. And then exhale, palms together, twist to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, back to center, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, look up. Exhale, palms down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lift, step forward to warrior one. And then exhale, draw the arms back, clasp the hands, humble warrior. So still bending, keep that right knee over the right ankle. And then exhale, palms down, step back to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lift, step forward to warrior one. Exhale, bend that knee. Exhale to humble warrior. Clasp the hands the other way. Push them up to the ceiling. And then drop your hands on the next exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. So this is where this is your restoring pose. So you want to feel that down dog, you just regain your breath. Let the exhale be longer than the inhale. And then when you're ready, inhale to come forward to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Bend your knees. Inhale to chair pose. And then you're going to do the twist. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. And then arms released, come up. Inhaling and exhale to mountain. Close your eyes, stand in mountain for a moment. Just let the breath steady. Okay, and then opening your eyes. Bring your block to the front of your mat, because we're going to have half moon towards the end of this flow. So from the front of the mat, you're going to, actually I'll do it this one. You're going to inhale, bend your right leg and lift your left arm up. And then you're going to take hold of your right foot. And we're doing a quad stretch. We're not doing dancer pose. So you're staying upright, engage your core, little micro bend in your standing leg knee. And then you're going to soften your elbow, draw the knee so it's pointing down, thighs roughly parallel. You want a gentle squeeze of the hips forward. So you're feeling into the hip stretch. And then exhale, release the foot, bring your hands to your heart. You're going to come into eagle legs. So now the right leg is going to cross over, bring the toes round or point the toes down, but you're trying not to twist too much. You want roughly to be torso facing forwards, bend your knees, sit down. And then inhale, stand up, release that right leg, exhale, high lunge. So you're on train tracks on the ball of the right foot, left knee stacked over left ankle. Draw in through your core, inhale, bring your arms up. And then you want to soften around the sides of the neck, lift your chest and lean back. So feel how, drive through that back heel, squeeze this quad. Feel the core is engaging, but you're lengthening and we're not just dropping the head back, you're lifting the chest, drishti between your thumbs. And then drop the right heel down, actually warrior one. Drop the right heel into warrior one. Turning the hips to the front, arms up, reach. We're going to go humble warrior. This time we're going to go all the way down. Arms are apart, so like you're squeezing that beach ball. Dip the head, you're looking behind you. And now you're going to look forward, come onto the ball of the back foot. Left hand to the block on the left side of your mat. You're going to hop forward, bring right hand to hip, come into half moon. So that's lifting that back leg up. And you want to try and stack the hips. So you're trying to, as you flex the back foot, trying to lift the right leg parallel to the ceiling. And if you can, you'll release that top arm. You need to lean back. Well done. And then exhale, release the right foot down. Slowly come to stand. Are we with me? Well done. Now we're going to, same as we begin, same leg, left arm lifts, bend the right leg, take hold of the foot, Natarajasa dancer. So this time, instead of bending the elbow and drawing the heel in, straight arm, feel the shoulder roll back, press through the top of the foot. So you feel this connection, hand, foot, chest, and now you're going to micro bend in the standing leg. You're going to start to reach forward and kick that leg up behind you. Keep your gaze, your drishti, your breath, beautiful. And then exhale, lift up, release the foot. And breathe. Well done. Other side. Move the block to the other side. Standing in mountain. Inhale, lift the right arm up, kick that left foot behind you, quad stretch. So bending the elbow, drawing the heel in. So we're not pushing the foot away. We're trying to soften through the thigh, that knee pointing down, drishti straight ahead. And then exhale, Anjali Mudra. So prayer palms, bring your left leg into eagle. So now Garudasana, you're crossing at the knees, tucking the toes behind, sit down. Squeeze, so feel the outer hips working as you squeeze. And then inhale, standing up, lift that left knee up. Exhale, high lunge, shoot the foot back. Separate your feet so you've got more balance. So you're on the ball of the back foot, high lunge. And then inhale, bring the arms up. So high lunge, lift the heel. Really fit. So here, this is your back bend work. You want to lift your chest, but knit your ribs a little. Don't flare the ribs. Strong through the back thigh. And then palms to touch. Drop the left heel into warrior one. You can bring the hands down to realign. So internal rotation, lunge, drive through that back heel, bring the arms up. And then Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So now you're going to hop forward, keep the right knee bent, reach for the block. Left hand to hip, lift that back leg, flex the foot, externally rotate the lifted thigh. So press the block away. If you can, release that top hand. So you're trying to roll those the left hip up to the ceiling. Well done. And then exhale, step down, inhale, come to stand. Last one in this sequence, Dancer Natarajasana. So now we're going to reach the right arm up. Lift the left heel behind you, take hold with the hand, and now micro bend in that standing leg. So you have a little power almost in the thigh. Push the foot away from you. Draw your navel in and start to lean forward. Your drishti straight ahead over your thumb, but pushing the foot into the hand. Feel that shoulder rolling back, opening through the left side of the chest. Gaze, and then inhale, come up, exhale, release. Well done. Come down to child's pose for a moment. Okay, and then you're going to bring your towel and your block. Lie on your back with your knees bent. And then we're going to do supported bridge. So your block is going to be at this height, but you can fold your towel and put your towel over the top of it if you have one. Otherwise, you can just have the block. But then you're going to bring your pelvis, so the bony part of your back of your hips, across that support. Just let the arms relax out to the side. So legs don't need to be parallel, but we don't want them to go wide. We're trying to keep the pelvis reasonably flat. Close your eyes, let breath soften. Because the back bends work our core intensely as well, because you're trying to keep that connection to protect our spine. So here we're just allowing the core muscles to release. So every exhale, just allowing those core muscles to soften. And then you're going to lift your hips as if in bridge. off the block, and then drop the block down to its lowest level, and then straighten your legs. So now we're just stretching out the hip flexors, the front of the hip. If your back doesn't like this, you don't need to do this section, but just lengthening through the front of the hips. If the lower back feels a little tweaky, you can just remove the block and just hug your knees in. Otherwise, stay here for a minute more. Okay, then bend your knees, feet flat on the floor, lift your hips and remove the block. Hug your knees in, rock a little. And then we're going to rock forwards and back 3 times. See if you can get all the way up to your shoulders. Use your core and then come to sit. Okay, then we're going to come forward into tabletop. Lift into down dog. And then bring your right foot between your hands. Drop the left knee down, low lunge, enchaîné. So as you sink your hips, you want to press through the top of the back foot. So we're not completely collapsing into this. So feeling into the lunge, draw the navel in, that little knitting of the ribs a little, drawing the ribs back slightly, bring your arms up. So lunging, but keeping that gentle pressure on the top of the back foot down onto the mat and lifting your chest, leaning back, gaze between the thumbs. It's almost a little as you keep squeezing that back foot down. And then exhale, bring your fingertips down, tuck your left toes under, come to runner's lunge. So pushing through the back heel, but you want that heel almost pointing up to the ceiling. So you're reaching forward, light through the fingertips, lift yourself off that front thigh. And then palms down, step back to down dog. Inhale, bring the left foot between your hands. Drop the right knee down, Anjaneyasana. Same thing. Top of the back foot presses down, lunging forward. Bring your arms up. So noticing it's like when I say soften around the sides of the neck, because it's when you lift your arms up, your shoulder blades are meant to move away from the back of the ribs. But if I say shoulders down, often people like draw their shoulder blades down, so they're kind of locking them down. So we want to feel this softness in the movement. So that's why I say soften the sides of the neck, the tops of the shoulders. You can lift your chest, lean back a little. So this is neck strength to be able to hold. So if you feel your head's gone sinking into your shoulders, just look forward until you get that strength in your neck. And then exhale, runner's lunge. So you're feeling power in the back leg, so pushing through that back heel, squeeze the kneecap. Okay, then step back to be able to drop your knees. We're going to come down into Sphinx. Forearms down, elbows under shoulders. Get nice and long in the front body, but push the floor away with your elbows. Draw the energy of the elbows back towards your hips. Legs are really strong, so that's internal rotation of those thighs, so you can feel the back of the pelvis stretching. Okay. Then we're going to bend the left leg, bend the right leg, and lie yourself down. You're going to reach the left arm round with the thumb pointing down. take the outside edge of your left foot and just go you want to keep pressing the hips down, but softly. We're not forcing the pubic bone down. We're just keeping a little rigidity through the lower back, and then reach the right arm round, hold the foot. So if you can't do both together, it doesn't matter. You want to try and bring your knees roughly parallel if you can. If you can't, it's okay to take the knees wide, but you mustn't come up too high. It's not over good for the lower back if you legs aren't parallel. So now it's like dancer pose. Roll the shoulders back. So you feel that spreading, lengthening through the collarbones. Push through the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift up. And we're trying not to rock forwards and back. You're trying to be more on your abdomen. Powerful legs pushing away from you, and then soften the legs down. Release them slowly down. Turn your feet out. Rest your head on your forearms. Just rock your hips a little side to side. Okay, then palms beside ribs. Come to your knees. And come to sit for a moment. So I might have fried you by now, but if you want to do a little bit more that's strenuous, we're going to do wild thing. So we're going to work up to it because you've got almost about 10 minutes. But so wild thing is a high plank, side plank, and anyway, I'll walk you into it, as it were. But if you don't want to do that, then you can just come up to that point where we're just working through our upper body using our core. But it's very strong, so if you're tired, it might be better not to all the way. So know where you're at. But firstly, coming up into down dog. So if you need to drop your knees and come into child's pose, or you can take a vinyasa or do something completely different, but just knowing where you're at. Okay, then inhale, roll forward into high plank. And then we're going to bring the right hand slightly forward of the right shoulder, roll onto the outside edge of the right foot. So at this point, you can have your kickstand. You can bring the left foot in front of you with the knee bent if you need to. Otherwise, you'll stack the feet and then press the hips slightly forward. So hips in line with shoulders. And then you can reach the top arm up. And then exhale, left palm down, come back to down dog. So we can do that again, but the other side. Inhale, roll forward into high plank. Bring the left palm forward slightly of the shoulder. Roll onto the outside edge of the left foot if you need to use that kickstand. And then reach, but you're trying to press the hips slightly forward. Perfect alignment. And then exhale, down dog. So if you need to come down earlier and you just want to feel it, but that's enough, then come round. You don't want to injure shoulders. And feeling that when you're in this, you want to push the floor away and get that space between the top of the shoulder and your ear. So you need to really push the floor away to get length through the shoulders, space through the shoulders. Okay, this time, same thing, but you can either do exactly what we've done, or you're going to lift the top leg. So inhale, roll forward, right hand comes forward, roll into side plank, left arm up. If you can, flex the feet, and then the left leg comes up. You're trying to lift that left leg, use your outer hip, and then exhale, feet together, left palm down, down dog. Okay, other side. Inhale into high plank. Bring that left hand forward. Roll onto the outside edge of those feet. And then reach, if you can, lift the left leg, really pressing down through the outside edge of the left foot. And then feet back together and down dog. Take a moment, come down onto your knees, come into child's pose, just rest the arms a moment. You can bring your knees a little bit closer together and bring your arms behind you. Just rest the back of the hands down, let the shoulders drop. Okay, coming to sit. And then just bring your hands behind your back and squeeze your shoulder blades a little. Just feeling front of the chest opening. You might even want to do a few just arm rotation, shoulder shrugs either way. It's very intense through the top of the shoulders. Okay. So this time, from down dog, we're going to roll forward into high plank. I'm going to bring my right hand forward a little and then bring the right knee to hover under my hip and then shoot the right foot out. I'm going to flex the foot, so draw the toes back towards my shin so I can use the outside edge and I can stay here, or I can drop the left foot down like it's in Warrior Two and reach up. And it's like squeeze the hips up and then back to down dog. So if your shoulders or your wrists have had enough, you can come down into forearm plank. You don't have to stay if the hands have just had it. But if you can, yeah, perfect. Use the outside edge of the foot to really feel that length all the way up the right side, the outer side of that hip. And then exhale to down dog. So other side, if you're ready for that. So inhaling, let that knee hover and then shoot the foot out underneath you, but really press, use the energy in the outside edge of the left foot, lift those hips high and then exhale, come back to center. Well done, everyone. And drop your knees down. Just rest your arms a moment, rotate your wrists, whatever you need to do. Okay, last one. Do any of the ones before, or if you want to have a go at Wild Thing. Starting in down dog, roll forward into high plank. I'm going to bring my foot across, hand forward, and then I'm going to drop the heel. I'm going to bend this leg so then I can almost use the power of the legs. I'm going to lift up. I'm still using the outside edge of that foot. Reach, look behind me, really pushing, arching the back. So back bending. And then exhale, reverse it. And you might want to take a break before you do the other side. So it's the power of the legs. It's a bit like weightlifting, that you're bending the left leg slightly. So then you can lift yourself up, use the power of that kind of upward propulsion to reach into a back bend. And then try the other side. Press those hips forward. And then exhale. Coming down into child's pose. And then we're going to turn over, windshield wipers a little bit just to release through the hips and the core. So feet to the outer edges of the mat with your knees bent. Let the arms go wide. And then drop your knees one side, roll your head to the other. Changing sides using your breath. And then turning, bringing your towel roll or a block with you. You're going to come onto your front and reach. So as I'm lowering my front, I'm going to reach my left arm out at shoulder height. And I'm going to have the block for my ear or my, so I'm going to roll onto my left side and lift my right knee up and touch my toes down behind if I can. So we're stretching through the front of the left shoulder. So you only go over as far as you feel that it feels comfortable in that shoulder, but just, we've worked the arms, shoulders a lot, so. And then when you're ready, rolling your tummy back down onto the mat and then change to the other side. So straightening the right arm out, left hand in front of you to press you over into the rotation. And then exhale, coming back onto your front, and then Shavasana. Relaxation, well deserved.